Hey everybody, welcome to the Next Bite podcast. You are listening to episode 280, and this is probably one of the last episodes that you'll see of me recording in my office at the training ground. So much has been going on, and I'm so grateful for all the friends and family that I have around me helping me through this time of transition. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. But today's episode is focused on how to not gain weight over the holidays.
You're listening to The Next Bite, a food and fitness podcast hosted by yours truly, Danye Phillips. For nearly a decade, I've helped hundreds of women conquer their struggles around food and exercise. With a little bit of science,
creamy, salty, sweet, and oaky nuttiness. You detect that?
And humor.
Oh, I'm detecting nuttiness.
Close your eyes.
I'm here to break down nutrition one bite at a time so that you can take one more daily struggle off your plate. Now, I know you're short on time, so in each episode, I'll help you navigate conflicting diet trends.
Everybody says flavor's so important, and it is, but texture matters more.
Confusing food labels.
No! Spit that out right now!
And crazy health claims that bombard your brain daily.
MSG, the king of flavor.
I'm gonna nerd out about the research so that you don't have to, and I'll be able to guide you in deciphering what's optimal versus what's your best option that's available to you in that moment.
Jonesing for a cupcake, and I was having a mild pregnancy tantrum that I could not get a cupcake even though I owned a cupcake shop.
If you're wondering why the world is constantly talking about protein and macros,
give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Or just trying to answer the never-ending question, what's for dinner?
Started making it, had a breakdown, bon appetit.
You're in the right place. Are you ready? Let's go find your next bite.
I know we work really hard all year long to reach our goals, and when holidays hit, it's very easy to get sidetracked and go, forget it, I just can't deal with one more thing. So I wanted to share with you what I am doing during my holiday season, and hopefully that can translate to you taking a small piece of this and bringing it into your life for your holidays and not gaining weight, right? Like, I know that everybody's diet can start on Monday or next week or January 1st, but you don't have to, actually. It is possible, I promise, to maintain your weight over the holidays and to not have to worry about one more thing in January or at some point in the new year. We don't necessarily have to start fresh because we can maintain everything that we've worked really hard for. I know you've worked really hard for it. So let's dive into a couple questions that I have asked myself. And when I get overwhelmed, I sit down and I have to write it out. I have to write down my thoughts. I have to word vomit my thoughts onto paper. Pen and paper is a miracle, you guys. So these are the things that my brain goes through. So grab a pen and paper and let's keep it simple. Question number 1, what can I keep the same? So you might be traveling, you might have family visiting you, but there are probably pieces of your routine that you can keep the same. For example, if you work out with a personal trainer, odds are that you have a fairly set schedule with your trainer. So I'm going to highly encourage you to keep the same schedule or at least continue doing the same amount of workouts per week, and maybe times and days may change a little bit. But talk about this with your trainer and say, hey, I really want to do my best to maintain my workout schedule over the holidays, because number 1, that's going to allow you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to the fun foods that are inevitably going to be in front of you. But 2, you're going to feel a whole lot better after you eat all the crazy things or drink all the crazy things. You're going to handle it better. And again, you're not going to feel like you're starting from square one when the holidays wrap up. So that's question number 1. What can I keep the same? And all of these questions can go for workouts or food. So when it comes to what you can keep the same for food, do you have the same breakfast every morning? Do you have a similar lunch every day? Do you have the same supplements every day? What is it about your routine that you can keep the same? So for me, every morning I have my water. I have about 12 ounces of water. I mix it with a stick of Gloci, which is a supplement that is known for being a skincare routine that you can drink. It's fantastic. I've had it almost every morning for about the last year. So definitely check that out. I am an affiliate for that company. I will put the link in my show description below. So check that out if you're interested. But it's so good. Minimal ingredients, lemon flavored, and it helps to help with bloating. So again, if you're eating a lot of foods that are going to cause you some digestive discomfort, helping with bloating is something that you might want to check out. So definitely look into that. I also, after that, typically have a protein shake that has somewhere between 20 and 30 grams of protein in it. And I usually add a shot of cold brew coffee concentrate to it so that it changes the flavor profile a little bit. So I do those two things. And then at some point throughout the day, I also typically have a packet of Groons Daily, which is a super greens gummy that's shaped like a gummy bear. And they are fantastic. You guys, this is the only way I can get my husband to eat something green, and he loves them. He eats them every day. I don't have to remind him. But every packet has, I think it's 8 gummy bears in it. They're delicious. They do not taste earthy like a lot of other super green supplements do. And it's 15 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fiber. So if you need a way to make sure that you are staying regular throughout the holiday season, and it is a challenge to get fiber in when you have lots of extra sweets and treats and drinks around, then I'm going to encourage you to test these out. I'm not an affiliate for this company, but I do have a coupon code, so I will put that in the show description as well. So that was question number 1, is what can I keep the same? Question number 2 was, where is my routine? So if you are traveling, I'm thinking like if your routine of working out is usually at your own home gym or your own personal training location, then where can you translate that to a different location? Where are you going? And this leads into number 3. They all kind of blend together, is who do I need to tell? Communication is a huge piece of all this. So if you're traveling somewhere and you know that your routine typically involves 2 or 3 training sessions a week, then where can you go to the gym when you are on vacation or visiting friends and family? Communicate with the people that you're going to see, or communicate with the people who are coming to see you, and figure out where you can keep your routine the same. So the simplicity of it, right? Like, do the things that are normal so that you can have a little bit more flexibility on the fun side. This is one of the biggest things that I talk to clients about, is the communication piece. And if you typically have a Smoothie King a couple times a week, find or research the nearest smoothie location wherever you're going to be ahead of time. If it is a comfort thing to you to go to have a protein shake and then go grab coffee, like look up the nearest coffee shop nearby your friends and family's home. I'm running out of things here. Just whatever is typical for your routine, take it and translate it to a different environment and communicate about it. If your friends and family aren't asking you, like, hey, like, what do you want to do for meals on this day or that day? Or do you have a special, most people do ask you, like, is there anything I can make sure that I have for you ahead of time? Instead of going, oh, I don't need anything, I'll be fine. Like, instead of feeling like you don't want to trouble anyone, take a second, pause, and say, okay, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. Make a short list of like, gosh, what are the things that I like to have every day that would make me feel really good? And if you feel really good, you're going to feel more present when you are with your friends and family. So make that list. Maybe it's 5 things, and say, hey, I would love it if you could find me some protein shakes or some protein bars, or if you make sure that instead of candy on the countertops, you also include a bowl of fresh fruit, things like that. Instead of, this is me too. Like, I very much want to go, oh my God, I don't want to be a problem. Like, don't worry about me. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. But it's actually okay to ask for help and to tell people that you are working on your health and fitness over the holidays. And that won't exclude you from having some of the fun things, but it will give you a little bit more flexibility and opportunity to have those fun things and incorporate them along with the regular pieces of your routine. So that's where I'm going to wrap up those questions, if you are doing a little something each day, it is going to help you to stay on track and get back on track more quickly and help you not to gain weight over the holidays. So your 3 questions were, what can I keep the same? Where is my routine? And who do I need to tell? So I hope that's super helpful. If you've been following along, you'll know that I've been in the process of moving, and we actually closed on our house in Louisiana on Friday. It was sad. I cried. I can't even lie. It was our first house that we bought, like as adults, as a married couple, and so it was just hard. But we are looking forward to Orlando, hoping to make an offer on a house there in a couple of days, and just getting excited about that. But it's been chaos. Like, I'm not going to go through it all here, but between starting a new class, so I started the journey of working towards my master's in nutrition a couple weeks ago, and so starting a class the week of Thanksgiving, traveling to Orlando at the same time, like being in the process of selling a house and trying to buy a new one. Like, it's just been it's been a lot, having movers and pods and friends and family, and like been all over the place. I've had to say no to some things that I really wanted to be a part of because I made other commitments that were, in alignment with this move and with my education. And that's been a challenge, but for the long term, it will work out. So that's where I'm going to leave things today. You guys, if you're listening to this on the day that it goes live, so on Tuesday, December 10th, I have one more food workshop, nutrition workshop this week in December. It's the last one I'm going to do this year. So Wednesday, December 11th, 5:30 p.m. at the training ground. If you want to join me, it'll be our Healthy Holidays Snacks and Sips edition, and we'll be going through 3 different healthy mocktails, a couple different snacks, and then some of the basics of nutrition, talking about calories, macronutrients, and how those 2 things relate, and figuring out what you need personally. So we'll be going through some equations to figure out how many calories a day and what your macronutrient breakdown can look like. So if that interests you, or if you want to watch the replay, let me know. I'm working on editing a couple of those to have available on my website for those of you who aren't local or can't make it in person. So that's where I'll wrap up today. Don't forget to check the show notes for some of the links to the different routine supplements that I enjoy and that I recommend to my clients. And I think that'll wrap us up for today. Love you guys so much. Talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now.
That's it for today's bite-sized insights. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a friend who has mentioned the topic of today's chat and help spread the word. Thank you for your ratings, reviews, and support. They mean the world to me, and they are what help me to continue creating this show. Until next time, I hope you enjoy your next bite.
If you are what you eat, then I only want to eat the good stuff.